that asks, "Are y'all gaming?" I have to I have to retweet the tweet that we made because it's not showing up on my desktop, so I'm on my phone. Uh, his ass did not tweet, bro. I'm
Bro,
looking
what are you
right
talking?
now.
It's literally right here.
I'm
Like,
looking right. He got shadow
I,
banned.
maybe they were probably like, stop putting that link and everything. All right.
Yeah, you got shadow banned. Hey, everybody, welcome to Y'all Gaming, where we talk about video
Here.
game. There it is. I see it. I'm reposting
Okay.
it. Um, Hey everybody, welcome to Y'all Gaming, the only show that asks you Y'all Gaming. We've been playing some games, and now we're going to talk about them. Hope you guys are all doing good. I'm here with TK. TK, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm actually been playing. So we've actually been gaming again. It's
We
been
have been
nice.
gaming. Yep.
Have been gaming. Like this is one of those things where it's like, oh, like I've seen other people game and I could talk about. No, I've been gaming. Okay. So we actually got a couple of games to talk about today. We're gonna be talking about some Wukong, some Power Wash, and of course Valve's new game. That's not really new because a lot of people have had it for like a year, but
Yeah.
it's newly open to stream, and that's Deadlock. So yeah.
So we'll start off with Black Myth Wukong, I guess. Which you didn't play it, right? You haven't touched
I
this.
did. I
I
actually
was gonna
have
say
to.
there's a bounty for it, so
I played the bounty. I got my little money for it. I beat in the bounty, like I got to the point where you had to fight like the big baby at the beginning.
right.
And like I beat him, and then I was like, okay, that's cool. Like that was fun. And then there was like another thing a little to the left with like a guy that has like a double-sided spear, and I was gonna fight him too, but like then the bounty was over, so I was like, all right, cool. So I was like, all right, I'll
Sure.
play this on stream. It's a fun-ish game. It's fun enough, but everything around it is weird. Like just
What do you mean?
like Shroud calling it the game of the year,
Oh,
the
right.
like how much discourse it is like caused on Twitter because of like that specific
The
thing.
stupid culture war stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not that good. And I'm not saying it's a bad game, because
No,
it's
you're
not a
right.
bad game.
Yeah.
But it's not game of the year, and it's not revolutionary, and I don't understand how this is setting itself apart from any other game that is like in the action RPG area, except for the fact that it's Wukong. Like
Right.
that's it. That there's like the combat is kind of bland at times.
Right.
A few of the times I've watched streamers, a lot of these people are like not good at like other games, such as like Souls games or whatever,
Sure.
and they're just kind of mashing through until they can get like the freeze or any of their other abilities going, mash some more, and like that's until you get a cutscene, and that's like kind of the base of it. Now, I don't think that makes for a bad game, but I definitely don't think that makes for a game of the year.
No. I did you play God of War, the first one, 2018?
No, but I have seen a lot of it.
So somebody pointed out that it's actually a lot like that, which I do agree with, because in God of War, your character had like these overpowered, busted, stupid abilities and spells, which is just like, take no damage for 30 seconds, and he's just swinging the axe and everything. And that's kind of what this game feels like, where it's just like, okay, turn the enemy off for 10 seconds, and that's a 30-second cooldown. It's like, it feels very God of War-y, not in terms of the combat, because the combat feels kind of weightless. That's my biggest
Right.
issue with it, is like you're just kind of spamming. But it feels very like, you do feel very strong. Like you have overpowered abilities. You didn't get to it, but at one point you get the ability to pick a hair off your body and you throw it out, and then like 8 clones are created. And they like, it's not like clones that die in one hit. They're just like clones of you that attack.
Yeah, and that attack is very funny. But
Yes. That's
it's
the
also
thing.
very cheap.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, these things are super strong, and it's like, that's fine, but it doesn't feel, it's not a Souls game, which is okay. I agree with you. I think it's a good game. I don't think it's game of the year, but I think it might be in the conversation, but that's only because there's so little stuff that came out this year. I feel like this year's been kind of dry. So I feel like that's why people are hanging on to it. The new Star Wars game just came out by Ubisoft, and everybody's like, I think a lot of stuff is coming out and just not hitting for whatever reason. Or it's like a surprise like Helldivers or Pal World, and then that's cool, but is it game of the year? Like, Pal World's not winning game of the year,
That's
so
literally impossible. Yeah.
but no, it's good. I'm a part way of the way through. It's weird because after you finish a chapter, I think there's like 4 or 5 chapters, you get like a music video, like an animated music video. It's weird, and the first one is anime, but the second one is like stop motion, like Coraline. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, this game makes no sense. It's so weird, but I like it a lot. I'm I'm probably gonna beat it. I think I'm halfway through chapter 3 out of 5 or 6 or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think it's a long game, right? Let me actually look it up.
It says 40
How
hours
long?
on how long to beat.
40?
Yeah, I was shocked
No
too.
way.
Yeah. So
How many hours do you feel like you played?
Let me look at my Steam. Steam says 10.
And okay.
And I'm in chapter 3 out of 5 or 6. So like I've still got a ways to go. I do like it, but it does feel kind of shallow. I just like the presentation and the character designs, and it's good enough aesthetically to keep me going. Does that make sense? Like it's cool enough. The gameplay is okay. It's also not a boss rush. I don't know if you had this feeling, but like after you beat the guy, I guess not because you didn't get far enough, but after you beat that guy with the spear, you fight like 8 more bosses in a row. And it feels like just a boss rush game where you walk into an arena, somebody talks, they drop 2 one-liners, and then they fight you. And that's what I thought the game was. And then you get to chapter 2, and then it opens back up. The game is so weird. Like, I can't get my hands around it, but it is good. And if nothing else, it is constantly surprising, which is big for me. I like novelty. So, it's up there for my game of the year. It's not game of the year, I don't think, but it's like, it's in the talk.
That's a bit of a stretch, I think, for sure, to give it the game of the year. But I'm not like, I ain't mad at it. It's very interesting to see like who's calling it. Like I feel like I've seen so much more Shroud on my timeline because of this game and because of Deadlock. But just Shroud says this, and like what Dexerto and like other people decide to report on always kills me because I'm like, all right, bro, like. Do I really care what Shroud says about a not shooting game, or what Asmongold says about not World of Warcraft? Like,
I don't care what they say about anything, if I'm honest.
Well,
bro.
true,
like,
right?
I just,
because
I don't like the culture war conversation that's happening around the game. However, it is kind of weird that apparently the early copies in the ad read stuff they said don't mention feminist propaganda, which is like, what did they mean by that? Okay. It wasn't in the bounty, so I got to mention it all I wanted. But it's weird because it's like, I guess it's just a cultural difference. It's a China thing. Game broke all those records on Steam, and everybody's like, oh my god, it's the biggest game. And then people realize, wait, this is just a game about Chinese mythology releasing in China at that time. Very popular. Anyway, yeah, it's really good. It's a solid 8 out of 10. Maybe higher if you know the mythology or whatever.
right.
It's good. It's not bad. Are you going to play it anymore, or are you just not enough to keep you going?
I feel like this is my only issue with this game is that like the Steam Deck is just not the way to play it.
No.
Right. And I'm on so many planes that I feel like I would play a lot more if it was like a Steam Deck, like beautiful game.
Mr. Worldwide.
But a lot of the games are, that I have this like supercomputer at home. A lot of games I just don't want to play on the Steam Deck because of the fact that like, all right, I can just wait till I get home. And then I get home and then I play like Deadlock or like TFT or like something else. So it's hard to find the time to play it myself. And that's unfortunate because I mean, I'm not saying the Steam Deck is bad by any means, by the way. I love it. It's a great system. It's a great addition in my life. But more often than not, I'm playing like RPGs or like roguelikes, right? Because those fit right. They feel like they should be handheld games. But you're never going to see me like on the plane, like in the middle of a boss battle on Elden Ring at 30 FPS. Like that's just not happening, bro.
I felt that way about Stray. I started Stray and I tried it on my Steam Deck. I was like, ew. And then, but when am I going to sit at my computer and play Stray? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like,
it's hard. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I like run out of other things, but I'm definitely happy just kind of watching other people grind it out. And I got to watch Wavy or Zach. Now I don't know if he's going by Wavy yet again, but yeah, he was going by he was doing like a stream it until I beat it type deal, and he did that, and I watched, I popped in every few hours to see him doing different stuff, so that was cool. I don't know if I didn't get to see him beat it, but like I watched a good amount of it. So yeah, I don't know. Cool game. I'd probably give it an actual 7 out of 10, not like the IGN 7 out of 10.
Sure.
Just like an actual. It's neat. It's an action RPG, and it's doing what action RPGs should do.
Yeah, I dig it. It's good. That's really it. It's a good game. I don't really have anything else to say about it. It is weird that people get strangely I don't want to say defensive. That's not the right word, but the way that they talk about the game has been rather peculiar, let's say. A little weird.
Would be very surprised if it wins Game of the Year, but
it won't. It won't.
It would be It would be something.
It,
Anyway,
China would be very happy. I mean, that maybe that's the Chinese interests or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what else it would be though. I feel like a lot of games are coming out, but like they're coming out to like a ugh. Like the Star Wars game that just came out is like ugh. You know, people aren't going
yeah.
crazy. I don't know what huge games came out this year. It seems to be like surprises. Not like usually what happens is like there are 4 Game of the Years like nominees before they even come out. Like everybody knew Spider-Man 2 was going to be up for it, whether or not
Right.
it was good, you know? So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm interested. Second game, and this is going to be really short. I started Power Wash Simulator again last night. I don't know why. I think I saw the Nintendo Direct on it. Did you see that? It was in the Direct. They have Shrek DLC.
Mm.
And for some reason, I watched it. I was like, ooh, that looks kind of fun. And I played it last night, and I played it after my stream for 4 hours. I would have kept going, but I had to go to bed. These games usually never hit for me, but maybe I'm just I think I'm in a mindless mood right now. I played Power Wash and Cookie Clicker. Speaking of, I got to turn Cookie Clicker back on my computer. For some reason, I'm big into these dumb, non-thinking, brain-off games currently. Try Power Wash Simulator. That's really all I'm here to say. There's not really much to talk about. It's a fun, stupid, spray the house with water game. Check it out.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, Power Wash Simulator. I feel like the simulator games actually are kind of fun. So
Yeah.
I feel like
it's funny because you were about to say
memes.
mad fun, and I was going to stop you. I don't know mad fun, just normal fun, but they are fun.
Yeah. My fault. Yeah, just this is a mad fun. Nah, chill out, bro. Don't no qualifiers. Just say fun. My fault. But yeah, they're cool, and like it's kind of crazy how like something so mundane as power washing or farm sims or the supermarket sim or whatever that was, like convenience store sim, like those actually end up being kind of fun, even though there's kind of like basic games. But either way,
hey, if you want to play it, bro, there's co-op. So if you want to hop
way.
in this campaign with me, clean some houses. I'm saying, bro, could get that Shrek DLC.
We gotta what is that? We gotta role play. LARP as actual power washers. Like, man, this house is disgusting. Like, how did you even let it get this way? Anyway, before we move into our next topic, which is Deadlock, I want to talk to y'all about something real quick. Going online without ExpressVPN is like not closing the door when you use the bathroom. Even if you think you have nothing to hide, why give random creeps a chance to invade your privacy?
True.
Yeah, that's right. Don't let that happen. Close the door, just like you can close the door to all your privacy with VPN. VPNs or ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN is super easy to use. It hides your IP address, making it extremely difficult for third parties to track your online activity. Easy to use. Fire up the app and click one button to get protected, and works on all devices, that's phones, laptops, tablets, and more, so you can stay private even on the go. I actually have ExpressVPN as well for reasons, because I'm in Texas, and you should know what those reasons are. But anyway, protect your online privacy today by visiting expressvpn.com/y'allgaming. That's expressvpn.com/y'allgaming, and you can get an extra 3 months free. expressvpn.com/y'allgaming. All right.
Thanks, ExpressVPN. Thanks for sponsoring the stream. All right, let's talk about Deadlock. Now, I've not been able to play it yet. I've been curious, and I got my buddy to send me an invite, which apparently takes a few days. It's in the mail currently. I've been kind of hankering to play a third-person shooter for some reason. Sell me on it. What is it?
I think that why don't you just play Overwatch then? Because I'm not saying that like you won't get your fix, but the thing is, the Deadlock people are trying to let people know that this is not a third-person shooter first.
Okay.
It is a MOBA. It is a MOBA. Please treat it like a MOBA. Do mobile things.
I'd rather play that. I will say that because Overwatch I don't like because it takes too long to kill everybody. It just like it's. I would rather have the abilities and the MOBA stuff. Like I want that. I promise.
Okay. All right. Cool. Because then on that way, then yeah, the game is sick. I feel like you probably like. What type of character are you trying? Like, how hard are you trying to think?
Not very.
All right, bro, you're gonna love it because there's this guy in there named Abrams, and all he does is jump in there. He has this like ability that like siphons health from anyone around him, and your whole point of playing Abrams is you jump in to the middle of a crowd, you siphon the health, and then you just punch people. Like he has a gun, but normally you power up your melee attack, and then that joint starts doing mad damage, And then there's a bunch of like um of actives and stuff in the game too that also help mitigate damage. So there you go. But either
Sure.
way, the game is very fun. It's definitely kind of complicated at the very beginning. There's like a lot of ways to get to certain areas. Moving around the map can be a little confusing sometimes. There's like underground tunnels or like subway tunnels, really. There is like a bunch of creeps that are around, but there's no like dedicated jungler.
Hmm.
So like anyone can get them. So you can kind of like you either like screw your team over because you like go and get them at the wrong time or something
Sure.
like that, uh, or your opponents get them and then like they end up getting more money. But overall, I think the game is like mad fun. I think it took me probably like 3 or 4 days to really like lock in on it.
How many
Because
hours?
huh?
How many hours? Like 3 or 4 days to do that, but like how many hours to like?
Let's see how many hours I have now because I've only played it like twice since it's came out on like the full release
Mhm.
type deal or like the current release. I'm gonna say probably like 5 at
Okay,
most because I
that's not
wasn't
bad.
playing that much. I have like 30 hours now, or
Sure.
maybe more than that. Maybe like 35, 40. Steam. Why can't I open up Steam? But I have 72 hours. But
Jeez.
yeah, I've been yeah, well,
Surely that's
I was
idling.
no. I was playing. I've been
Oh.
playing. There was because I was playing with like fast and stuff, and every now and then I got kind of just turn it on before I was about to go out. The unfortunate part is I got to stop doing that because I'll be like, all right, bro, I'm a I'm gonna play a game of Deadlock,
Mhm.
and then I'm gonna meet y'all later. And then win or lose, something about that game did not go the way that I wanted it, so I got to
Right.
play another game, just like a fighting game. It's like
Yep.
one more, but this is a different type of one more because a one more in a fighting game is like 5, 7 more minutes.
At
A one
most,
more in
yeah.
a MOBA is like 40 minutes
Yeah, are the
potentially.
games that long?
If you get stomped, no, and people have been
Okay.
leaving when they get stomped. So we've won a lot of games in like 11 minutes, 12 minutes.
Okay.
But if it's back and forth, it's like it can go up to like 40 to like 45
Oh.
minutes.
All right, never mind. I'm out,
Back
bro.
and
I'm
forth,
out, bro.
back and forth.
I'm
Normally it's not gonna for you
uh,
specifically in your first few games, it's not gonna go like that. There's always one guy, there's one lane that stomps, and as long as that guy knows, all right, that's not my lane, it's time to do whatever,
mhm.
then the games will probably be done in like 20 to 30 minutes. However, if everyone is not paying attention or they're not playing the game like as they should, doing their roles, yeah, it
Sure.
can take a little longer. But there's nothing wrong with a 30, 45 minute game. Come on,
I
bro.
don't
You play
like
League.
long games. It's the whole
It's
reason I
still it's
stopped
still
doing
short.
stuff.
It's still
Oh.
short in the grand scheme of things, bro.
My
Just
ass is
saying.
still playing Street Fighter. That joint's fast.
True.
That
True.
feels so good. Yeah, I don't know.
Overall, though, I think they're doing some good stuff. They have some good changes with it. They're bringing in new characters. It was for a long time they actually had like the same characters until they brought in I think 2 new characters right now,
Sure.
and they're bringing in a third one relatively soon. And that's been pretty cool to see. I've been playing one guy who's basically just flubber. Um, he got like he has like a punch that goes through the ground, so it knocks people up or towards you or wherever way it like hits.
Sure.
And then he's got like a goo ball that like does damage but also leaves goo on the ground that makes slows everybody. And then his ult is just he literally turns to like a wrecking ball, so you can just
Okay.
roll around and hit people. It's really cool. He's a fun character. Before that I was playing the sniper girl or the freeze guy, um Kelvin or
Sure.
Paradox. But yeah, like you probably learned a couple characters just in general. um and then you have like a pool of characters. Like they want you to have a pool of 4 characters, but you get to like prioritize which character you want to play
Sure.
more. Um, I think you would probably like it. I don't know how long you will play it. It took a little bit just because of how confusing everything is. Because like you're looking at it as one thing, like you see it and you're like, oh, this is a shooter game, but
Right. Yeah.
really it actually is a MOBA. Like money matters a lot, and like I guess econ in a way,
Right.
and like neutral creeps and all that other good stuff. There's also one of the coolest thing about this game is the CSing mechanic, is where you kill the creep, but then
Right.
like a ball comes up and you have to shoot the ball to like get it. Now
Okay.
that means that when an enemy's creep
You
dies,
can deny them.
you can deny them.
Right.
So it's a very cool little like
Mini game. Sure.
way that they've done CS instead of just kind of like making it free to CS, because like things are going to die in that game like
Right.
all the time. But the way that CSing works also as well is that like yeah, so after like 3 seconds, if no one shoots it, you get it, right? So
Sure. Okay.
like you can CS safely, but at the same time you still have to be kind of wary of who's around And I really like that mechanic. Like you're always kind of like involved in the game.
Gotcha. Okay. I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, with it taking that long, that was the first thing I heard, and I'm like, I don't know. I'll see. I don't know if I like the denying mechanic, but I guess it's the only way to do a game like that, because otherwise it just becomes like wait for the character's health to get low, and then they both just it's like a shooting gallery at that point. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know how else you would do it. So, um,
I think the lane minions too. The AI is not like exact the way that like lane minions are in League. Like they
sure.
go down the same path at the beginning, and they kind of. But lane minions in this game, they all ride like this light rail until they get to the point where they're about to fight, so they have to like drop off. But sometimes the way they
Okay.
drop off can like put them in like really weird spots um sometimes. So yeah, it's like cool to like it's a dynamic fight almost every time. Like
Sure.
some minions will be here, some minions will be there. You obviously want to like get the minions out the way and then see if you can push your advantage when you still have minions, because I mean minions hurt too, like especially
Sure.
at the beginning. Like if people try to start a fight and you have like 6 minions or like
So
four or
they'll
five
actually
minions
beat
with
your
you,
ass. Okay.
yeah, you got to be wary of that.
The it's funny because chat said a third person MOBA is an interesting idea. How quickly we forget about Smite. That's so sad.
Smite 2 is literally in
Personally,
like alpha thingy right now, like the open alpha right now too. That's so that's so
I
crazy.
just opened up Steam and I see it right here on my page. Smite 2
Mm,
Alpha. No, thank you. I'm good. Thank you though.
yeah, that's
I'm
crazy.
fine. I hear it's a great game. I never really wanted to get into another MOBA. It's too
Oh, you
much
have to
learning.
buy it?
Will you buy
Nah.
it?
Yeah, it said $29. You didn't see that?
No, I just see the alpha. I didn't see. Oh, now I see it. $29.99. Good heavens. No thanks.
Can't believe you would try to sell the like was Smite even that big? Like what?
That's alpha only.
All
Jeez.
right. Okay, bro.
Whatever.
Well, yeah, if you want to go play another one, there's that. There's also Predecessor, which is technically kind of doing the same thing
I
except it just
never
looks
heard of it.
but it's Paragon, but
I never
before
heard of that
Paragon.
either. Let me look it
Okay,
up.
buddy. Uh
Paragon game.
no, just type in Predecessor now. So,
Oh, I see it.
you know.
Dude, I always get this mixed up with like Dauntless and Colossal and what was the other one? There's all kinds of like one
Gigantic.
word. There's a bunch of these. I don't care.
Gigantic, bro. Come on now.
Gigantic, Colossal. Yeah, there's just whatever, bro. I'm not playing this stuff.
Gigantic had me sad because it just came back out only to immediately.
Die again?
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, well, there has been no like marketing for it. It was like, yo,
Sure.
we're back, and then everyone's like, yay, and then that was it.
They're back, guys. Okay.
I was like, well, what are we doing next? I didn't think there was another step to that. It's like, okay, well, the game wasn't that popular before,
Yeah.
so it's kind of crazy. You can just like slide that back out there and think everyone's gonna be like, all right, we're showing up. But
Yeah.
it is what it is, man. You live and you learn, and I think they're gonna learn the same lesson twice.
Yeesh.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks for watching y'all gaming, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We are gonna go now. Thanks ExpressVPN for sponsoring the episode. Are you restreaming? Are you going back on?
Yeah, guys. I'm gonna play some Deadlock after I finish this episode. So if you guys want to watch some Deadlock, there's that. But we have like 20 minutes left of Breeze Watch first, and then I'm a Deadlock. I probably will Void. So
Sure.
good games.
We'll have fun. I'm gonna do Fat Your Opinion tonight and then do some reacts. I'm out next week. Yeah, thanks for watching. I might go power wash for a little bit. Let's see. Let's go on to TK's channel. See you guys next time. Goodbye.